slowly making progress. I went through my closet and picked I went through my clothes and I organized a pile of items that either need repairing or items that I just want to alter. They're kind of like slight alterations. I want to turn a dress into a shirt. I want to level a skirt that I made that the hem is all wonky. It's still really early, so I've just been puttering around. Working on embroidery, doing a little beading. I want to do some stretching. I need to walk to the post office and take Loretta on a walk today too. But yeah, I feel like I can get a lot done today. And I do have like a pop-up sort of a thing at Room Shop. Room Shop is known for their big scrunchies, and Shelly, who runs Room Shop, has a space at the Bach building here in South Philly. So she's having a sample sale and she invited me and some other artists, small businesses to come have tables and sell some work. So I have minimally prepared for this, and at some point today I should probably pack up my stuff and just make sure that I've got everything I need for that. I really just feel like having a day for myself where I sew, and I've had this pile of stuff I want to upcycle in my room. It's been on my floor for a few weeks, so I'd really like to take care of it. This is the first dress I want to do slight alterations to. At first I thought I would turn it into a shirt. I also want to add some stitching around the neckline because it's kind of discolored. I just think the length is a little awkward on me, but upon reflection I decided I would just turn it into a bit of a shorter dress for the summer. So that's what I'm gonna do. So first, quite simply, I'm going to cut it and then hem that raw edge. Later on I will add some embroidery to the neckline. This is the next skirt that I want to fix the hem of it. The front of the skirt is a little bit longer than the back of the skirt, and it kind of drives me crazy and prevents me from wearing it. So I want to cut it shorter so that it could just be a straight line. Although now looking at the footage, I do think the longer length is quite pretty, but I didn't know how to hem this without losing the detailed edging of the skirt. So I did what I could. I just decided to cut off the detail at the bottom, and then I'll save this and maybe I can make a cool tank top out of it or something. I'm not sure yet. I didn't end up doing anything with it in this video, but perhaps a future one. And now I'm just figuring out what length I like. This was a little bit too long. I did end up shortening it a bit more. I also decided to add a reinforcement stitch over the elastic because I found that the elastic liked to flip around a lot when I'd wear this. So we are currently in a heat wave, and something I've been doing is freezing leftover smoothie. It turns into just like a rock solid chunk, but it is quite satisfying to have as a snack when it's really, really hot out. This was a shirt that I thrifted, and I found this in my embroidery stuff the other day. So I already cut off the sleeves and the collar. It's a Brooks Brothers shirt. Did I cut? Oh, I also cut the hem. I'm gonna just hem it. I'm not sure what I want to do with the neckline, but I think for the sleeves, I want to cut them on a bit of an angle and hem them, and then see how this looks on me. I brought this dress back out because I actually thought I could use this as a bit of a guide for the sleeves and the neckline, because I really like the neckline and sleeves on this. It's probably my favorite part of the dress. Obviously, this is a lot larger than this, but I'm gonna keep this kind of oversized. leaving a generous amount of room for me to hem it. Here's how this looks before being hemmed. I think that's pretty cute. It's kind of basic. It's very breezy. It's a really nice feeling cotton. So I'm gonna hem the sleeves. For the neckline, I think I'm gonna make a bias tape. I had thoughts to embellish this somehow, but I kind of like the plainness of it. I made bias binding out of this plaid fabric. If you hear sawing, it's because Lewis is doing some work outside. It looks very preppy right now because of the Brooks Brothers plaid combination, but this is going to be hidden on the inside of the shirt. I decided to take some of the fabric that was left over from hemming my dress and make a rosette pin. I folded the fabric in half and then gathered it and then rolled it up like a spiral and then hand stitched it all together. Stitching it was kind of difficult because of how thick all of the layers were. I do feel like there's probably an easier way to do this, maybe in stages as I'm rolling it up. I'll try to experiment more with making these in different fabrics, different colors. Two more things I want to do with this rose. I want to add some leaves and I also want to cover the raw edges on the back of it. First I cut out some leaves. I am going to sew these on the sewing machine. But before I do that, I also want to cover the raw back of the rose. So I cut out a circle out of some leftover fabric from the button-down shirt and just tucked the raw edges underneath and then hand stitched that to the rose so that it looked neat on the back of it. I couldn't find any pin backs, so until I get those, I'm just going to stitch a safety pin to this. Ignore my laundry hamper. Man, this hot weather Makes me so frustrated about my hair. I wish I cut it shorter. So here are the first two pieces that I thrift, flipped, mended, upcycled. Very minor change with the skirt. I just don't know if I'm gonna wear a skirt like this, so I might give it to a friend or something because I'm not really a gathered skirt girl, but I do like it with the shirt over it. I like when it becomes a bit of a drop waist look. This top is awesome. Even though it's super simple, it feels extremely comfortable, breezy, lightweight cotton. I like how the back of it does this. I still have the pleat from the original shirt. Here's my little rose clip or pin. I feel like this would look especially cute on a tank top, the way Carrie Bradshaw would wear little florets on her tank tops. Yeah, cute. I need to get ready for my pop-up thing that I'm doing, but I'm gonna be in a hallway without AC, so I figured I'd wear this dress. It's a very minimal upcycle, but I do like it a lot more with this added band. It just looked very discolored to me every time I wore it. I added a tiny little flower here where there was a mystery stain. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be the most comfortable thing for me to wear with this whole pop-up thing, and I'll probably wear a little pair of sandals, put my hair back or something. I don't know. But yeah, even though these weren't the most exciting thrift, flip, mend, upcycling projects, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot more use out of these items.
Yeah, you got dust on your face.